Force. It is Chris here with Work to Game. It is Tuesday, and we just logged in, and the War Chief awaits. We were hoping today would have something to do with our Darkshore. So Lady Sargatanas is telling us we need to head to Undercity, where she's going to tell us about our next move discreetly. So I'm going to share it with you all publicly. So beautiful. I accept. So we're not going to do our next Druid quest, even though that looks like a lot of fun. We are going to instead go to Undercity. But first we need to do our daily stuff, so Sylvanas will just have to wait. You know, there would be nothing more discreet than finishing my daily tasks and edging my way over to Undercity. Like, yeah, no big deal. Totally just doing the thing like I always do. Looks like I could have some additional followers. I don't know if I already sent out for these or if these just expired. Either way, let's go ahead and take care of it. I think this is my guy with 4. Nope. I always get it wrong. Let's go ahead and do this guy. Alright. So, he'll send off for a 4th. And then I'm assuming that I don't think I recruited a tree yet. So let's go ahead and recruit ourselves a tree. Oh, nope, I did. Beautiful. Got ourselves an Ancient of War. Alright, Chemistral, thanks so much. Get some good rest. And worst case, we'll see you tomorrow. Nothing to pick up there. And so let's send our Ancient of War out with our followers here. Oh, we should remember to give ourselves a combat ally today. I keep forgetting to do that on this character. But I want Starfall. Yeah, I want Starfall and Solar Beam. This guy. You, sir. Oh, yeah. Gnarlex. Thank you. Gnarlex, I don't have anything to like give you because I haven't been really going for that sort of thing because there haven't been a lot of epic ones, and I only want the epic ones. So let's go ahead and send you guys out. What's up, Aegea? How's your day going? I will take a 99% chance at 7. Alright. And that's everything. I guess we'll take those. The Legion Fall War Supplies. Those are capped, so you have to remember to like go turn them in from time to time. I think there's an achievement side to those, so I should probably be picking them up. But I'd rather have as many options to buy legendaries as possible. So that should cover me there. What did I get? Cache of Fell Treasures. What is that from? Alright. Neat. One more thing to be disenchanted. Sweet. Got some rep, it looks like. Okay. So that should set us here. Time to go do our naval stuff. It's home time. And I'm online. That almost rhymes. Alright. Well, welcome. Hope you had a good day. So let's run down and do our Draenor stuff real quick. And then we'll dive into this Darkshore stuff. I don't assume that the Darkshore stuff's going to be horribly long, so let's just go through the normal daily shenaniganry, I guess, if you will. We do want to make sure that I've done everything that there's a good chance of that's been done before. Alright, so this is the only mission I've never performed before. I want to perform all the missions at least once, just in case there's any achievement for that sort of thing without like looking it up or anything. Let's go ahead and do that. And 84% to grab 5,000 Epexi crystals is a yes. Let's go ahead and grab some experience. We're taking more risks with our ships now because my shipyard's max thing, so like, I don't know, just do it to it. Here we go. So today was another patch update for prepping for the expansion. So today will be we'll get to do the War Chief awaits. She said meet her in Undercity. There seem to be spies and stuff, so I need to just discreetly make my way over there. So I will knock out my daily tasks, and we will do it that way. Brad, welcome to the YouTubes. Hopefully you're having a good day there, Brad. Not sure if you're joining us live, but definitely welcome either way. And we will jump ourselves over here. I assume I can't really do any more garrison supplies. I've been keeping at or pretty close to cap because I really don't have any use for them at this point. But we'll send out our followers just the same. We got 8 missions complete. Beautiful. Oh, failed. Less beautiful. I needed those. That's unfortunate. Alright. Well, let's, did I get any? I got one salvage supply, and I got one create an uncommon rare or epic. Okay. I like the new, like, upgrade system. I think in Legion this was a lot more graceful, because, I don't know, I just feel like it would have handed it to me in a smoother way. But, you know, to each their own. That gave me nothing intriguing. Alright. We got a blue one. Beautiful. We're going to push some of these levels up by 6. The goal here is to get 5 people north of 650 so that I can pump more gold into my garrison that I won't get back. And because once you get them above 5 above 650, you can literally purchase your way the rest of the ones above 650. So we're just going to keep pushing everybody that's not above 60 from highest to lowest. Oh, wrong tab. Missions. Okay. Oh, what is that? Have I ever completed this? No, but I only have a 31% chance, and it's neat, but that's all it is. All right, how am I doing on? I should have plenty of oil still because we've been doing our Talador stuff. So let's focus on gear today. That's pretty crucial. Let's grab this 100% chance at something awesome, and then we'll go grab a 74% chance at something decent. And then that's it. We'll grab 92% chance of gear. And then everything else is experience. So let's focus on experience from 100% down. With ignoring time. Time doesn't matter because I'm not going to be back until tomorrow anyway. There we go. What are you doing? That was a weird screen. And 37%, I guess? I mean, you're gonna fail. Let's just be real here. But I've still got way more resources than I know what to do with. And I've got one guy left. He's got to do something. I guess go give me that. I mean, it's literally trash. There's nothing else you can try. I mean, I can go give him 59% chance at getting me some resources. Perfect. Go do it by yourself. Awesome. That'll do, pig. Now, with that done, it is time to do our mining and herbing for the day. So we will go mine and herb it up. The reason for this is that when I level my engineer up a little more, I'd like to be able to make goblin gliders. And when I can make goblin gliders, I'm going to want to be able to just push lots and lots of this ore into them. And this market's really volatile, so I might as well just build up some of my own, because this is a really small amount of time to get a huge amount of it. So we're going to go ahead and drink our coffee. 2, 3. Grab our mine pick. The mining pick makes it to where it only takes 2 strokes instead of 3 to collect a deposit, so makes it a lot faster. The coffee just lets us run nice and fast down here. Kind of like a light sprint. Alright. The primal spirits are literally worthless, but I hold on to them in my bank just in case I ever change my mind on that, but the fact that they're soulbound and this character is a miner / enchanter, they just don't do much. Welcome back, T-Digger. Got back from lunch. Alright. Grind out that work. Hope it goes by fast. Ooh. Got myself some more miner's coffee. That'll go towards tomorrow. Every once in a while you have a really lucky day and you get a 5, and I use them all. I use them all every day, and having 5 on a day makes it very enjoyable. Alright. Go ahead and grab this one, even though it's on the other side. I try to stay to the right side, and then when we go into the forks, I try to gather all of it. The timer on the coffee is really easy to, like, it runs out when you don't have the mining pick. When you have the mining pick, plenty of time. Plenty of time. I did not mean to use my sprint there. but I did, so let's go ahead and do it. I meant to use travel form. But Shift Q is my speed up button in all games, so it's just easy to forget. Use it up. So now we won't have sprint to get out of the cave, but that's okay. I say that, it's up in 17 seconds. Oh, I killed a rat. That was unnecessary violence. Wow, these are really close together today. Now, every once in a while, those mining carts and stuff will have archaeology fragments in them, which is something else that I would like to level. Pre-expansion, I guess. It needs to get done. So I need to finish up my artifact fishing rod. I need to finish up my archaeology, and I need to, at some point in my life, finish up Lore Master, because I'm really not that far off. I'm missing a couple zones in Eastern Kingdoms, a couple zones in Kalimdor, and like one zone in Outland. And I would have it, so I just need to get it done. You, sir. Yeah, I know the Draenic stone is really piling up. Especially because I mine when I'm out in the world, so like it already, just that cave provides more stone than he can take. And then the fact that I mine out in the world, ridiculous. The other side of that is because this guy's not an herber, I never have enough Draenic seeds. So it'd be nice if it could like detect what your profession was and had like a rare drop chance at the gathering profession stuff for the people that weren't gathering professions, since this expansion for all intents and purposes seems to have like, I don't know, it feels like this expansion may have encouraged you to jump professions and try to do it all on your main, because they added in the ability to like drop a profession and then go to a vendor and pay to just like relearn everything and pick up where you left off. So it's more of like you can only have 2 active at a given time. And you can kind of deactivate it, for lack of a better term. So you're not really unlearning it, you're just saying, I'm done with it for now. Herb? I don't know. The same way, I guess, Brits are sometimes known for saying LO without the hello. They leave off the H. I guess there's a lot of things that we do like that. I mean, you also like a lot of the H's that come after a W. Those are totally silent. There we go. Where are you from, Aegea? Let's go ahead and send off all of this stuff. Hopefully there's some value there. Just kind of clear out a little bit. Yeah, I mean, there's a ton of weird words between here and London. Like, the very first time I went overseas, I flew... first time I went overseas that wasn't for, like, a mission trip. Because I went on some mission trips and stuff in high school, but you fly cheap airlines and you stay in places in the world that generally need more help. So it's not really the same... Like, there's such a discrepancy in the income between where I live and where you go on a mission trip that... a lot of the differences have more to do with the income and less to do with cultural differences. Like, they would have the things we have if they had the resources. But when you go somewhere like London, where that's not the case, you become aware of, like, the only differences are culture. And so it's weird to go somewhere that's also predominantly English-speaking and predominantly, you know, white and Christian and all of these other things, right? Like, they have all the same stereotypes about them. So when you picture an average Brit, you picture an average American, like they're kind of the same image. And then I'm sitting on the plane and they're like, "Oh, would you like your rubbish?" I was like, "What?" And like, there's just these little words. It's like, "What do you mean you want my rubbish?" Or like, "It's going to be cold outside, so you should wear a jumper." And I'm like, "What the heck's a jumper?" So, but I mean, we have our own words that I'm sure are just as confusing. I actually, when I studied abroad, my, like, I guess partner in crime is always what my mom calls, like, somebody you hang out with a lot that you don't necessarily, like, know a ton about, but they're just, like, this friend for this phase in your life. So I had this girl that ended up all the same places as me in study abroad, and she's from Mexico City, and so she learned English as her second language, but through like a formal private school education. So she spoke perfect English, like grammatically correct and all of that. And I just never really knew, like, I don't know, I didn't know Spanish. I knew enough Spanish because I lived in Texas. So we have like Tex-Mex. So we have a lot of menu items, and a lot of like gas stations and stuff like that will have signs in Spanish, or they'll have the food, like there will be certain menu items where, you know, they'll call it pollo instead of chicken. And so like there's a lot of translation that you just kind of pick up from exposure, but English is still our first language by far. I mean, we don't speak Spanish here. And so so she was teaching me Spanish, which is why I was heavily reliant on her, because I was living in Spain, and I was living with a woman that only Shadow Council. And so I just remember her saying, like, you talk really weird, because I use a lot of like slang and pop culture references. So I spent all summer basically teaching her American, for lack of a better term. I think because we put fluoride in our water, and like we go to the dentist every like 3 to 6 months, the rest of the world in general looks like they care less about their teeth, and so we really love drumming it up with Brits. I don't know what I expected when I went through Britain. Yeah, I don't know what I expected. I don't know. I don't know that I was disappointed or not disappointed. So we need to find out what quests I need from my quests for Draenor. And it was like way at the bottom here. The Tannan daily objectives. Temple of Shannara and Ruins of Krenak. Temple of Shannara and Ruins of Krenak. Krenak. Beautiful. And we're just going to do the one round of dailies here. So when it spawns the second set, we're not going to do them. And we're also not going to go south and pick up those dailies. I'll do those after these. So I won't have flying here for a very long time, which is absolutely fine. It is not my primary objective. It is absolutely secondary. I want to have it before my Paladin gets to this level, but I got a while on that. I mean, I'm not even logging on to him lately. Alright. I would love to live overseas, but one of the hardest parts is you have to, I mean, it's the documentation. A lot of people in America, like, it's a common joke when political discourse gets out of hand to say, well, I'll just leave, right? It's done during the Obama administration. It's being done during the Trump administration. And so without talking about politics on this channel, there are a lot of people that when their side's not in power, or when they feel that when they're using hyperbole to discuss the level of damage that one group is doing, a lot of times one of the things they say is, well, I'll just leave. And it's like, well, where would you go? Like, we have this tendency to assume that we're welcome everywhere else. And like, the only thing that really stops me from living abroad is I don't have the documentation. Like, I don't have the ability to just go live abroad because I don't do anything for a living that's going to get me a work visa in another country. And my wife doesn't have any interest in doing her work abroad, even though she could get a work visa for what she does. Vegas is a tourist city. So Vegas is very service oriented. But in general, one of the big differences between us and Europe is our pace. We do everything really fast. We talk fast, we shop fast, we eat fast. And so it's all about time. And so the service industry appears to, I guess, care more because they're always in your face, right? So like when I was a waiter, like you do things called like the 2-minute check back, which means that the food drops and it's 2 minutes, 2 bites. So if they take 2 bites or it's been 2 minutes, whichever happens first, you should be by the table asking if they need anything. And if it's lunch, at the 2-minute check back, you should be dropping the check because they have somewhere to be. And so like then you go over to Spain and it takes, like when I lived in Spain, you could be late back to class because it could take you a half hour to get the check. It's just the pacing, but it's not that they don't care. Like they're trying to give you your space. And And we even build it into the way we tip, right? So tip is typically understood to mean to ensure prompt service. And so it was traditionally something done by wealthy people to, like, hey, take good care of me. And now it's done post-meal as a way of saying, like, thank you, but it's not a built-in gratuity. And so even though our minimum wage has gone up several times, our minimum wage for our waitstaff is still down at $2.13. So $2.13 an hour is not even close to a living wage. Not even in the ballpark of a living wage, no matter how many hours you work. It's a joke. And so they rely on that. So there's this weird relationship between us and our waitstaff where, like, you owe them 15%, but it's not required. And it's only weird when you realize that other places don't do it. Okay, so this guy can drop this rare spawn, or this rare thing, and I've killed him a bunch of times, and he just never drops his drop. Get out of this stuff. Oh! Did I get it? His skull is gone. Oh, beautiful. All I had to do was do it today. Got it. Great. So he shouldn't, that thing shouldn't come back. We are going to kill the big guy while we're here today, if he's up. Now that we know he's easy. Vegas is a neat city. Vegas is a neat city. It's kind of unique of its own, though. There's nowhere else in the US I've ever been that's like it. So he's not up. So we won't kill him. You guys said the respawn timer is pretty short, so I figure the likelihood of him being up is high, but I'm not going to wait. I don't need him that bad. Like, I do need him, but not that bad. Alright. Grab my Pexi crystals, thank you. I don't know why that green doesn't hurt me, but that green does. Guess it's about depth. Because this green stuff here, it's like lava. It'll kill you in a hurry. Welcome back, Anthony. Oh, beautiful. Still not getting any greens. Like, I really need greens. But it's not real America, right? Vegas? No, Vegas is a stereotype of itself. It's a giant hyperbole, like, on itself. It just, and it's excessiveness for excessiveness sake. Like, that's the whole shtick. And it's like Washington D.C. Like, everybody who lives there, nobody's from there. It's not a real. It's not a real place. Like, it's all run by developers for the sake of taking tourists' money. That's why it's so cheap to fly there, because their city spares a huge amount of money on the cost to the airlines to land there, so that they can make tickets like just dirt cheap. It's one of the big differences between us and the EU is the EU has so when we have privately held airports versus publicly held airports, that's usually a sign that our airport is small rather than large. And places like Heathrow are actually privately held. So when you look at airlines, like a lot of the airports and stuff in Europe, they're very comfortable with the idea of running an airport for profit, as opposed to we think of it like public transit, which is ironic because we're not good at public transit in other ways. And so you can't really, because of the way we do that, and then because of our choice of how to implement the airport security that is mandatory worldwide, our method is the most expensive. And so you can't have things like Ryanair and EasyJet, and so you really can't have a lot of cheap destinations pop up, which puts places like Vegas in a really unique spot, because if they're willing to subsidize their airport, so heavily with like a gambling industry and everything, they can actually make themselves a cheaper destination than just about anywhere else in the country. So I can get to Vegas cheaper than I can get to places closer to me. And that's just because of the way we run our airports. And the way Vegas runs itself as a city. We gotta go to ruins of Krajak, Kranak? I don't know. Something with an apostrophe. It's blocked by the little quest giver there. My gathermate's starting to fill up this whole zone. We may have to turn that off so that I can easier see what parts of the world I haven't been to. I'm not really worried about all the skulls too much. I mostly want to do I wanted to see if it would drop that other quest. Okay, perfect. I mostly want to just get my rep, and then once I have my rep, we can go to we can fly over all of these. I mean, I'll check them while I'm there, because there's no reason to just make yourself, you know, come back for no reason. But, like, I'm hoping to have all this area clear, because it takes me up there every day. But, like, this section down here, I'll just fly over all that, and I'll just fly over it repeatedly. It'll probably take me 2 years to get this achievement. Same when you talk about all this. I mean, it's a neat achievement, but it's not urgent. I wouldn't mind getting a couple of achievements today, though. We got 3 yesterday. I'd love to fill this thing up. I'd love to get 4 a day. Just don't play enough. I'm only playing a couple hours a day now, and that's just not enough time to get that done. But it's how I'm balancing this in 14. Okay. No. So we just have to disrupt this to 100%, I think. So hopefully there's more spawns than just like one guy once in a blue moon. That seems like it's going to take forever. That's not considered line of sight? That's so funny. Put that down. I am making, it says 1,000 gold an hour is what it thinks I'm making. It's not great. If we would go like mine in Pandaria or whatever, we could make 8 times this. So if the goal is money, this is not an effective method. But the goal is instead clearing content that I'm not. Like, money won't buy this content for me. I have to go do it myself. You subbed outside of Twitch. Are you on Patreon, or are you a sponsor here on YouTube? So there should be a way to link your Discord and your Twitch, or your Discord and the Patreon should handle itself, and the Patreon and your YouTube, and then that should help it. Okay, so if you did it through your Amazon Prime, yeah, you should be able to link your Discord and your Twitch, and then that should give you access that way. We'll see if Brian comes back by and he can help you troubleshoot it. He's good at all that stuff. And if not, then I will try to have an answer for you by tomorrow. Can I, like, free this guy and kill it? No? It's just like a thing that I'm supposed to stare at and, like, want to kill, but I can't? How do I, like, get you? I want you to come to life and attack me. We're going to check up here, see if there's a rare spawn up. It says no. No, there's not. We'll loot that. Oh, you're not dead yet. If I'd waited just a second, that group loot would have picked you both up. Yeah, the Twitch sub through Amazon, absolutely. Okay. Yeah, it should just connect. If you link those two, it's pretty smart about it. And then I think we're allowed to have it like verify if you've continued to activate that, because your the Amazon one won't auto renew. You'll have to renew it once a month on your own. But we don't kick people off for that. We really use it as a method of, first of all, saying thank you. That's great, wonderful. But second of all, we want to try to keep the internet, to make it a little harder to troll, because now you gotta kind of want it. Not saying people can't troll, but you gotta kind of want it. There we go. So that's all done. Now I gotta go back to the, oh, it says there's a treasure chest above me. I will loot you. Ooh, what did I just get? I got a key. That goes to trash. A vendor key. Oh, that's a pet battle. We're not doing pet battles yet. There will be a day. That day is not today. That requires a whole nother level of knowledge and research. I don't know how to get back to the flight path. Maybe through here? And then take a left? This seems right. Oh, got some more ore. Somebody in chat asked why we always get ketchup gear instead of mustard gear for the expansion. Because today is supposed to be, the quest today is supposed to start giving you catch-up gear. So you're supposed to start having gear that will get your eye level where it should be pre-expansion. Not catch-up, catch-up. Catch up. Should be getting you geared towards like prepping for the expansion. So I don't know what eye level they expect everybody to be at, but if they want to push everybody up, today's the day. So they'll make a nice, easy quest chain. Should give us plenty of fancy, fancy loot. So we're done with Draenor. Draenor was done very quick today. I mean, we're 30 minutes into stream. I've already finished Draenor. I've already done my my shenanigans over at my class hall. Nice and quick. So we should be able to jump over and do one round of world quests. Maybe two. I don't know what two I have up. Yesterday I just did the one. Wait, what? What do you want? Why is that one not done? Oh, I didn't gather enough Apexi shards. Those are from killing rares. So there's been so few rares up that I've got to actually look for the crystals on the ground. Alright. One more daily and I will have that one, and then I can just do whatever gives me more shards every day. And here's a game you've never once seen gameplay on. World of Warcraft? Oh man. Well, welcome, welcome. We are in very old content right now, but we're just wrapping up for the day on this, and then we'll move into what's current content. But today, I think before I do my dailies, I'll probably push through the newest thing. There was some quests that dropped today to prep you for the expansion, so I'm going to go do those first. So we'll swing through Dalaran and jump to Undercity. We're going to swing down and look for some of these rare spawns. Ideally, we're looking on the ground for crystals. This content is very old. Are you being serious? Grapple me back. Unacceptable. Alright. We're hoping that some of these rares are up, because at some point I have to kill them anyway, and they drop one of the crystals for this daily every day. Otherwise I have to find these crystals like on the ground, and they're kind of hard to see. And they're not horribly common. So I need to find 8 more of them. I thought I was done for the day, and I was not. That rare is not up. keep on keeping on. The new trailer is incredible, though I will say, from my perspective, I don't see anybody could watch it and want to play Alliance. I think Horde was way more awesome in that trailer. It got me very excited about Horde. They've always done a great job with their cutscenes. They don't do as many as Final Fantasy, but they really do them up. Alliance were being little babies. Oh, you can stand if you're in our little shield. Like, Horde was just being awesome. Okay. I have not seen a single rare spawn up. Like, what is going on? Or one of the little crystals on the ground. I thought by going south it would help, because this is an area that I haven't really done a whole lot with. So there's a higher likelihood that, like, some of these rares, they're up all the time. I'm just not here. I can mine from a mount? Alright. That seems weird. You've never once watched a video on WoW, never seen a trailer? Wow. Well, welcome. I mean, it's been around a long time. This is the content I'm playing right now is expansion 6. Is the 6.0 series. We're currently in the 7.0 series, and then we are moving into the 8.0 series. So it's been around a long time. I skipped 6.0 and 7.0, so Draenor and Legion. So I came in at the end of Legion to prep for Battle for Azeroth, so I'm just kind of going back and doing content that I do need to do at some point. If I just want to see what it's like, but like I'm doing it way after the fact, so I am excessively powered right now. I am so far over geared for this content, it's outrageous. I can take on raid bosses by myself. And I'm looking for some to be up. Oh, there's a chest. That should drop in a Pexi fragment. Oh, it dropped multiple Pexi fragments. Great. So just a couple more of those, it looks like. Ideally, we would find a couple rare spawns up. Who made WoW? It's Blizzard's MMO. So the people who made Warcraft 1, 2, and 3, Starcraft 1 and 2, Diablo 1, 2, and 3, Overwatch, right? Hearthstone. So in 2004, they came out with World of Warcraft, based on their Warcraft universe. There we go. They're currently owned by. It's at Blizzard and Activision are now one and the same, but they weren't at the time of this. And a lot of the Blizzard studios still run very independent from the rest of Activision. But the Battle.net system, their online platform, is one of the best ones in the industry, just as far as its capabilities and its stability and all that. So you're seeing large portions of Activision move over to Battle.net with newer games. So you can expect more and more Activision games to have access to Battle.net, because I can actually have like friends in my list, and I can actually like message them cross-game or on their app, or it's all done very, very well. Voice chat, all kinds of fancy stuff. I'm just gonna keep on mining, I guess. Be cool if these could drop a Pexi. Oh, screw you guys. No. Let's go up here. That guy can fly. I cannot fly. Oh, flying is... No! There's a trap. Okay. We're looking for chests. Now, I don't know if... Does completing bonus objectives give me... Here. Let's see if completing bonus objectives gives me crystals. Because if it does, I can just blow through these bonus objectives every time I come across them. Because everything dies in one hit. And this guy will drop one, because he's a special guy. There we go. That's 5 of 10. Yeah, waiters make $2.13 an hour is minimum wage. Actually, and a lot of places classify just about everything they can as a waiter. So you'll have sometimes busboys classified as waiters from a pay structure standpoint. You'll have bartenders often classified as waiters. So what ends up happening is by the time you claim your tips against taxes to be paid out each night on what you make, by the time your paycheck gets there, usually the taxes on your, since your taxes are really only taken out of the pay, usually your paycheck's void out, and then you end up owing at the end of the year. Is this a special guy? Looks like he's a special guy. So that should help. There we go. 6 of 10. I see a chest. There we go. What's everyone's opinion on Terra? I've looked at Terra. I've never played it. I wish I could play BDO, but I don't actually own a PC. I just have a Mac. Nine of 10. And we knocked a skull off the map, which is great. So I don't even know if we're going to have to finish this thing. As soon as we started killing stuff, we found our, we found all the rare spawns we needed. I mean, I can pick these Apexi crystals up, and I'm sure they do add up, but the fact that I can do, like, the 5,000 quests and stuff now, it would just take so long to mean anything. Like, how many of these things would I have to loot to get to 5,000 Apexi crystals? And that's one additional day of quests. Oh, another rare spawn. That's my 10th. There it is, 10 of 10. Although at this point I'm really close, so like I literally might as well complete it. Why do I turn into a deer? It increases my run speed, so I'm a druid. So I can instantly turn into what's called a travel form. Makes me run faster. If I have flying unlocked in that area, it's a bird, and if I'm in the water, it turns into a sea lion. So it speeds up my run speed. I can also turn into a cat, which is my melee DPS form. And I have a cooldown called Sprint, and then that makes my cat actually faster than the deer for a brief amount of time. Cat's only 30% faster. I think deer is 60% faster run speed. There we go. Now, just to answer your 213, so from a federal standpoint, the way they get around breaking labor laws is technically if you make below minimum wage for an entire pay period on your paycheck, they have to bring you up to minimum wage. But, like, people aren't waiters to make minimum wage, so that's never going to happen. Not to mention if you're that bad of a waiter, if it's that bad of an establishment, odds are they're going to let you go anyway. Okay. Now we are done here. So now we can go back and turn that in for real this time. The fastest way is probably to go to the Iron Front and fly back. Yeah. That's probably the fastest. So there's no teleport system like there is in Final Fantasy XIV. It's all done through flight paths. The great thing about Druid is like if you shapeshift, it automatically takes you out of any movement impairing effects like that. So if I get rooted by running over an invisible trap, by these like little hunter dudes, I can just teleport out. So I got really into collecting mounts in the expansion that I played Hunter, but I really don't care about mounts the rest of the time. Because as a druid, like, you're on mounts so rarely. Because your shapeshift forms are just as good and they're instant cast. So there's no wait time. You just say go and you're good. Oh, there's a rare up. Beautiful. Took out one of the mini rares. So they're the two largest MMOs, Mr. Elliott. They both have the largest subscriberships, and by a substantial margin. So when you talk about things like Terra and stuff, Terra's going to be excited about celebrating things like milestones like 1 million players, 2 million players. These games talk about, you know, 10 million players, 12 million players, things like that. So you're dealing at a much larger scale. They're both put out by major studios who have successful channels outside of this game. So Blizzard obviously has a whole stable of good games. Square Enix obviously has its own stable of it. So they've taken an existing universe and they built an online community out of a piece of that. And they cost about the same amount to buy. They cost about the same amount to subscribe to. They generate about the same amount of content. They both release expansions every 2 years. They both have you pick from roughly a dozen different classes to play in a tank, healer, melee DPS, or range DPS role in content that is 4 to 5 people, or large farm content that is 8 to 10 people, or extremely large content that is 25 to 40 people. They both have PvP that is very similar, done through arena style or battleground style, where you're doing either a large group over a series of objectives like hold the point, or you're in an arena and it's typically battle to the death. They both have flying mounts, they both have cities, they both have huge amounts of quests. So, I mean, it's just the number of parallels is excessive. And now you can look at each one of those individual things, and we've actually done it a lot here on this YouTube channel, where you go back and you say, okay, yes, they both have that system, but, like, how is it different? Because it is different. What's going on, Prestigious? So you can go back and say, like, well, how is WoW different than Final Fantasy? But I mean, it's apples and other forms of apples. It's not apples and oranges. I mean, they are very much the same game. Okay, so we're done in Draenor for the day. So we're gonna jump over to Legion. So we're gonna teleport ourselves into Legion content, and let me see how long I have left up on my world quests. If I got plenty of time, then I'll probably do my Undercity stuff, my weekly, the reason we're all here. I'm excited for today, Darkshore. So we'll go talk to Sylvanas first, and then we'll come do this. So we've got 21 hours left. We need to do Valahar, Army of Light, and Sargatanas. So that's a lot, which is fine. So let's go ahead and knock out Nomi first while we're here. Flight form takes a second, so it lags. So if you wonder why I was swimming through the air, swimming is the animation that the game emulates for flight form in both games. Flight and swimming in both games is the same thing from a server standpoint. So when I first jump into a new zone like this, if it's having trouble loading, one of the last things it loads is my ability to shapeshift. So druids are used to seeing themselves swim through the air. Look at that, I got all these things that are the same stuff. Already known, already known. Ugh, that's gross. That's gonna clog it up. So let's go do... What do I have on me? We'll go queue up some mackerel first. And then we'll queue up wild fowl eggs for the rest, because I've got plenty of those, I think. Yeah, okay, so he's all capped. Good. Otherwise I have to go back to my bank and grab more food to feed him. Alright, so let's go to Undercity. See, so it'll take a second to turn me into my bird. Orgrimmar and Undercity. Alright, Sylvanas. How would I feel about WoW and Final Fantasy doing a collab? I would love it. Usually you don't put the E, Mr. Elliott, if you're actually asking. It's short for collaboration, if you want to look up the spelling on it. So I would love to see them kind of work together. I just don't think it'll ever happen, is the honest answer. Okay, so we have a quest here that I haven't turned in for a long time because I haven't wanted to take the time to come over here. So we'll come over here and turn in my coins first, and then we'll go talk to Sylvanas. Alright. You get those coins from doing like old content, so it's like Tombstones of Poetics kinda. And what they're good for is they're good for getting you heirloom upgrades. So she just gave me an heirloom upgrade that's going to allow me to increase one more weapon. So let's do that one. Sure. Great. Done. You can buy them with money. So like if I want it, if I realize I did the wrong one, then I can just go fix it with money. But Heirloom is it's one of the systems in this game that help you level alts faster. So it'd be like if you could spend your poetics giving gear to your fresh leveled alts, which is what people do. So very similar. Heirloom gear actually gives like experience and stuff like that, so it's a little different, but they don't have like food experience and all that. Alright. What will war look like in 20 years and 100? Alright, so we need to go get Azazite. We need to go get Azurite to defend ourselves, because if we let the Alliance get Azurite, we might die. So they want me to go to the Northern Barrens. The fastest way to Northern Barrens is going to be through Orgrimmar. Unless she's offering to teleport me. Doesn't look like it. Alright. Yeah, so we need to go to Northern Barrens. No big deal. So we'll go back to Dalaran, and we'll take the free portal to Orgrimmar. Nice and easy. I think they could swap mounts. I think their graphic styles are very, very different. I think they could very much swap a raid with each other. And just like the Monster Hunter World thing, literally change the number of people that are in the raid, like they're doing for that, to jack with the group sizes. Yeah. Whoa, what did I just get? Oh, he's gonna... What a jerk. I didn't want it. I wanted you to delete it. Alright. To Orgrimmar. Off we go. I needed to get that one right because I don't have another Hearthstone up, so I can't get back. So now I can't get back to Dalaran easily for however many minutes. I think they could change PvP. They could swap PvP events. I think they could have a race swap if you were looking at a more long-term thing. Imply that these worlds are maybe on the other side of the ocean from each other. Okay. The great thing about Druid Flightform is, like, most people, like, when you dismount, you just fall to your death, but if you were to get dismounted or accidentally press dismount on Druid or do an activity that makes you dismount, as long as you're not combat flagged, you can literally mount up at any time. So, like, if that guy dismounts on his mount, he dies. Doesn't happen very often, but just saying, like, if you've ever pressed something, if you're ever, like, you know, oh, all bark skin. Oh, crap, I didn't realize that would dismount me. You know? Now I have bark skin up. All damage taken reduced by 20%. Yes, these games should not be free to play. The amount of content that they generate and the type of content that they generate is not geared around a free to play model, so there's no easy way to monetize these models. So while making the base game free is something they could do, free to play would drastically change these games. So when you build a free to play game, you have to look at the number of opportunities. So if somebody's going to engage one time out of every 100 opportunities you have for them to spend money, you have to question, well, where do you do that? So these games are largely geared around coming out with dungeons and stuff like that. So outside of making dungeons cost money or some token that you're limited to, there's no way to monetize dungeons. Because if you give us a pay item that makes them easier, that defeats the purpose of doing them unpaid. Right? You're giving those people a huge advantage. And if you make them cost money, once again you're making the game, now I can't play it. You know, you're discouraging me from playing it infinitely, which is not what these games are set up on. These games are set up to have, like, preposterous amounts of playtime in them. So there just isn't an easy way to do it. You have to build a game with its monetization method right from the get-go. Alright, Sarfang. I'm gonna head to Astronar. You do you. Wait, what? What level is this? I think I'm in the wrong thing. Yeah, I think I started Stonetown Mountains. I don't know. I think I'm turned around here. I think I need to go to Astronar. Where's Astronar? North. Wow, we'll stop by and turn this in just the same. What's up, Brian? Somebody was struggling to get access to Discord. That use their Amazon Prime. Is there anything special they need to do? But Brian, like when you talk about buy to play, like the content release schedule and stuff is entirely themed around a very set static package that we can give you for that price, and at the end of that package our intent is to release another fresh package. And so like to shift from one model to the other is one of the issues. So like a game going free to play, that will ruin a game. Just like you can't go back and add a subscription to Call of Duty after the fact, because you don't have anything to give me for my subscription because the game wasn't built with that in mind. Yeah, I mean, Mr. Elliott, it can be hard. One of the unique things about like this game and EVE Online is you can pay $15 a month, but you can also buy game time tokens in game. So if you've been playing for a while, then like a month subscription right now costs about 200,000 gold. I've got over 200,000 gold, so I could pay my sub for next month entirely out of in-game cash. And I've got friends in this game that are sitting on millions of gold, so they could pay. Some of them are paid up. I know one guy he's paid through like next July, and he's still got 5 or 6 million gold. Quartermaster. Collected, not collected, collected. Okay. It says there's a quest giver here. Where is he? Says he's down. Down. Where? Is there a cave entrance? There is a cave entrance. Alright. I gotcha. Let's go turn this in. This is the one of the zones that I don't have unlocked, so I was working on it the other day, just killing some time waiting for a video to export, so I did a couple low-level quests. Let's go ahead and abandon this. I didn't mean to. Go. I should probably pick it up just so I don't forget that these quests are here. I just don't like my quest log being jammed with a bunch of crap, so I'll only pick up his. There. And then when I come back down here to do it, I can pick up the others. Dear Danny, welcome. Welcome to the workforce. Glad that works out, Aegea. Hopefully I can keep this stream schedule up for a while. It's been fun getting to kind of stream a lot more. Tokens are inflated right now because you have all these people coming back to the game and they want... and so you don't have anybody wanting to play right now, so the cost of tokens is going up because nobody's buying pay tokens. But then when the expansion comes, there's going to be a lot of people who want gold who just returned, so then tokens should drop back down and then they should level right back out. So it'll be a little speculatory there for a bit. You have to be willing to do money-making activities is what it is. I have friends that they make 50,000 gold an hour when they put their mind to it. Well, 50,000 gold an hour, you can pay 4 hours a month and you can pay your sub. Now, 4 hours a month is $3 an hour. So, like, you could also just go get an hourly job and work 2 hours, 3 hours, and pay your taxes and keep the rest towards your sub. But you just have to ask yourself, would you rather play World of Warcraft or go to work? And then there's other people who can farm even faster than that. Here we go. What? You want me to kill their bodyguards? We're raiding the city? Alright. Oh, they're 110. Note to self, don't pull everything. I just assumed since we were an astronaut I didn't think about it. I mean, I'm still very, very powerful right now, but just there's limits. Like, these guys can kill me. We don't need to kill the civilians. Oh, I killed a civilian. I like that it noted that. I killed a civilian instead of just a guard. And I said, we don't need to kill the civilians, but I like your style. This guy's talking all kinds of trash. You play on console due to your friends? Yeah. I mean, play where your friends are. Makes sense. Makes sense. I have friends in WoW and friends on 14. It'd be great if this guy would help out. I thought he was gonna help. He's been here like, oh, this one's mine, and now he's like, nah, I mean, I'm gonna sit here for a bit. Alright.
How does it feel to single-handedly sack an entire city, shall we?
Okay. So now we're going to mark the city.
I do so enjoy my job.
And fly off to the next thing. Meet in Astronar. Right here. Ah, I found you.
What joy is there in this curse?
Perfect. Let's do it. What do we... Got a plan? Yes. Go to the place. Alright, I can do that. I don't know what ore is here. I mean, PCs are only a little bit more than... by the time you factor buying in consoles and extra controllers and all that, like, PCs are only slightly more. What do we got here? Tin. What is tin worth? 4 or 5 gold apiece? Let's see. 4 gold apiece. Yep. Dirt cheap. Not worth stopping for. Because if I ever need it, I'll just buy it. We talk about like silver ore and stuff, which is worth 25 to 30 a piece. Am I able to? Yeah, everything's cross-platform, Mr. Elliott. So I have a Mac client and a 14 client. Your macros and stuff don't transfer over right now, but as they move to a cloud save system, it will. Which they announced is supposed to be coming out with 4.4. So we'll see if that works for cross-platform play. It'll definitely work for taking it from like one PC to the next. But like my character and all that's there. I lose some of my key binding and my and the way I set up my macros. All right. Give me some weapons. Prepare your outpost. Because I might have just gone in and slain all their guards, so they might be angry. Okay. We're all set. Off we go. How does paying a WoW subscription work? So basically what they have, and it's a supply demand. So they have a token that I can buy for $15. And that token can be sold in-game for money. And so every time there's a token created, the more people buying tokens with cash, the lower the amount of gold that you get for generating tokens is. So basically what they're doing is they're emulating gold selling. And then I can purchase that token. Then I can purchase a token in-game for the amount of cash that they feel has been generated by people paying them to generate gold. So what they do is they sell gold. So they sell gold, $15 for an amount. And then, but they don't want to just print gold, right? Because that leads to inflation. So then they sell subscription time and they set those to each other. So if I want to buy subscription time, I just need to put enough gold in the system that I'm offsetting the rate at which people are buying gold. which is currently 200,000, and then that gives me a token, which I can then either turn in for playtime, or I can actually turn in for $15 on my Battle.net account, so I can go buy other Blizzard games with it. So if I turn in 800,000 gold, I can go buy StarCraft 2. It just has to stay in the Blizzard ecosystem, because it's Battle.net dollars. It's not real dollars. It's just like a gift card. It's just credit to your account. So if Diablo 4 is coming out, I can farm up 800,000 gold, and that will pay for Diablo 4. But the time it's going to take you to farm 800,000 gold, like, you really do need to question, is that the best use of your time? It might be. It just might not be. They'd most likely be veterans. Paying in gold. It's definitely people who are aware of it. So there's a community in WoW called, people call them goblins, where they just kind of hoard money. And they all sit on millions and millions and millions of gold. So I assume all of them, regardless of how long they've been a goblin. Meanwhile, there's veteran players who all they do is raid, and I know some veteran players that they never keep a lot of money around, and actually a few of them have bought gold. Because they play the game for the content, and all the stuff that generates money they would rather not do, because, like, if something... That hurt.
At least now we know how dangerous the wisps can be.
Alright. That was awful. So, you know, they just use it to buy gold. So yes, I mean, veteran players typically are a little more wealthy, but because just like in Final Fantasy, it gets easier to make money each expansion, there's always a catch-up. So, like, playing since vanilla doesn't make you rich, because in vanilla, 700 gold was a lot. You know, so somebody who was exceedingly rich in vanilla and comes back now, they're like, dude, I'm loaded. I have like 5,000 gold. It's like 5,000 gold. I can make that. I'm making 1,900 gold an hour right now if I sell all the items I've generated, which I won't sell all of them. Some of them I want, but that's the value I'm adding to my account right now. It's 2,000 gold an hour, so 100 hours a month, and I can pay my sub if I don't spend that money on anything else, which would be a bummer. I'd rather just pay for my sub. Alright, Sylvanas. Now I need to go to Zormgar Outpost, which is over the hills and through the woods. There we go. Perfection. So I've got 62% of the items you can ever get from Ashenvale. Mostly I'm missing these greens from like rare spawns and stuff, and I need to get handy notes that'll tell me where the rare spawns are. There just aren't that many people out there that have gone back to add support for that.
Speak quickly and speak the truth.
I have no time for games.
A wall of wisps. Surely it is nothing our dark rangers and a few demolishers cannot.
Let's fly. Alright. So I'm in my little copter here. You can get this as a mount from engineering. Are you going to give me a bomb, or no? Return to the Twilight Vale. Okay. Oh. So I need to just knock down their trees, because that kills the wisps. Then I need to kill some more wisps, it looks like. Cool. Oh, my keyboard is dead. Let's see if I can get that plugged in. I have to unplug my headphones. I'm gonna have to go grab a longer cord. I'll be right back. My iPhone cable here is too short. Now I have an excessively long one. Plug in my keyboard. Put it in over here. And it's connected. Beautiful. Alright. Beautiful. You would collect a ton of money. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people don't engage with the system, but for the people who were interested in buying gold before, they do. And for the people who had too much gold and, like, I just want to play less because I don't have any reason to play, it's like, well, now they can play, it encourages them to play a little more and get their sub for free. So, like, it's just a system that people thought it would ruin the economy, and in the short term it may have, like, very short term, where a bunch of people bought a bunch of money, but in the long term it's had no lasting effects. It's just taken gold spammers out of the game. And you see gold spammers and stuff on YouTube, the people who farm gold talk about how, like, they're mad that WoW took away their ability to make a living. But I don't think WoW feels bad about that. I think that was WoW's intent. You know? Alright. These old zones, the trees look so bad. This is vanilla zones right here. They redid these in Cataclysm so that they could be visible from above, because apparently in vanilla some of those trees literally weren't rendered from above to save on graphic space. So like if you looked straight down, they would be like invisible outside of the ones under the flight paths. But like the textures and stuff are so bad. Like the new zone trees look a lot better. Okay. We are here, Sylvanas. I'm ready. Pass through the wall on my command. Well, I was already here on my little copter, wasn't I? Alright, well these guys were already through. Do people actually buy gold? I mean, people must, or they wouldn't spend the money advertising it. It's a quick way to get your account banned or get scammed, because it's not like you can report them. It's not like you can contact WoW and be like, the people who stole my account were the people I paid gold for. So like, they've kind of got you by the balls. Be like getting robbed from a drug dealer. Like, what are you gonna do? Go to the police station and be like, yeah, so I was trying to buy drugs and he like only gave me half the drugs I asked for. Oh, well, great. Now you're both under arrest, I guess. Do I have to just kill these? I have to burn them. You have to be careful with these quest items, because some of them now hurt you. They're getting into a thing like that, where like, when you drop bombs and stuff, you actually have to run away from them, instead of being able to just like bomb your own feet. And this is why we're not in war mode, because that is an alliance player. Okay. And I have to defeat 7 people. There we go. Have I ever played Warframe? I have. I tried to play it yesterday, but I hadn't had it installed. I cleaned off my Xbox a while back, and I only left on the games I'd played within like the last few months. And so I took it off, and then I tried to put it back on yesterday, and it said like there's a point where it says like, oh, you can play after this, and so I started stream, and then it wouldn't actually let me in the game. It tricked me. It let me boot the game, it just didn't let me play. So, I would love to play some more Warframe. This is a good time, like, when both WoW and Final Fantasy are, like, at a slowdown. Let me out of combat. Let me out of combat. Come on. This is ridiculous. Let me out of combat. Thank you. Because you can't be... I can't fly until then. Beautiful.
We are the Forsaken.
Clearing them out. Done.
Anyone who stands
Done.
in our way.
Next. You want me to slay some sentry owls. Let's go kill some owls. Oh, I have to kill furbolgs too, I guess. I feel like these furbolgs would get rep with somebody. This is very convenient. Yeah, I'm really excited. I think Warframe's an interesting game, and it's set up on a totally different like pay model. So it's just interesting to look at like the way they gear their content, right? Because you want content to be fun. You want it to be fun. You want to like your own game. You want to play your own game, but that doesn't mean you want to go out of business. And so you want to say like, okay, I've got 5 good ideas, and 3 of these are going to keep the the books balanced, and we're going to be able to keep the game running, and it's not going to just like shut off because we ran out of money and we have to shut the company down. So you're going to pick from those 3, right? Whichever one's the best. And I think that's just a different 3 in that example for games like WoW than it is for... I might die here. May have overfold. Nope. Worked out. Worked out. Working as intended. And so it's just interesting to look at such a different game, because they've been forced to make compromises and things like that along the way based on what's kept them in business. So like they're early, like when you're in the beginning, early game, because I'm still not that far, like your graphics and stuff are just so poor, but the gameplay is really fun. So I've killed 8 out of 10. I need more owls too. There's an owl. We're done with that. We just need one more owl. So I turned into like it's called a moonkin. We'll call it like a chicken. It's for my balance spec. People therefore call this spec boomkin. And it's my range DPS spec. So it turning into that guy increases like spell power basically. It makes me a better caster. So I can cast without turning into that form, but that form makes me better. So it's just another shapeshift. It's a way of saying, okay, you can give those ranged abilities to all 4 Druid specs, but don't have to make them as good as Boomkins. Because the Boomkin's just a flat multiplier. I don't know what all it does exactly. Damage from spells by 10%, armor by 125%, and protection from polymorph effects. Single target attacks have a 15% chance to make your next lunar strike instant. So, yeah. Fortnite is dying? Based on what? I mean, it's not getting as much like fresh press and everything, but I think 125 million players doesn't just die. Keep in mind, World of Warcraft is the largest MMO and has a 1/10 of that. They have 12 million players. And they don't always keep all 12. Like, 12 million is what they'll surge to. So like even if they surge to a new record, say they surge to 20 million at the launch of BFA, that is still a fraction of what Fortnite commands. So I don't really play much Fortnite, but from a numbers perspective, they're doing just fine. They're making poor choices. Yeah, it's a hard place to be in. I mean, they designed a game they thought was fun, and then it had like overwhelming success. So you want to continue being inventive, but you don't want to risk what you have. All right, is anybody killing anything already? Yes. I don't know why people aren't helping each other. Because the way the loot works now is like literally it's in our best interest to kill each other. Because if anybody tags these, we all get full credit. We all get loot. We all get like it. It's in our best interest to play together. All right. Looks like there's another point over here. See, so like I just got the last hit on that guy and I got full loot. Oh, looks like I pulled somebody. That's fine. Get myself up real quick. So that guy's gonna come help me because why would he not? Be hard to see another Battle Royale game taking it from Fortnite. You know? Just like Final Fantasy, no matter how good it is never gonna pass WoW. Like it just, because it's not just about them being good. It's about the momentum of being the best. So like WoW would have to make huge mistakes back to back for years on end, while 14 made no mistakes back to back for years on end. And it just doesn't happen. I'm not saying it's never happened, and there aren't times in history that it happens, but it's slow and it takes a long time. Go, go, go. To the left. To the left, to the left. Oh, that's cool, Mr. Elliott. Yeah, they gave like a birthday cake, right? I can't believe they made it to 125 million people in 1 year. Outrageous. Alright, anybody doing a big poll here? Somebody's doing a big poll, I want to be part of it. Come stand on top of this. That way, some of these things have like AoE elements to them, so you want it to affect both. Perfect. Oh, we got some Azerite. So the goal here is to control the Azerite, because that's what's going to help us fight off the destruction of the world. And we don't trust Alliance to handle it, so we're going to handle it. And then I assume they're going through a similar quest right now where they're fighting Horde in another zone, doing the exact same quest line to stop us from controlling Azerite. I think that's... oh, no, there's some more Azerite over there undefended. I can gather it while in my bird form, which is great. So now I need to just slay more elves. So is anybody slaying elves currently? Love to join somebody. No? Gotta kill my own? Alright, let's kill our own elves. Get that guy in there. Oh god. Oh, and I'm down. Oh man. I overpulled. There we go. That should do it. Is that everybody? No? Seven of 10. I've actually still got a ways to go. Well, I guess let's just keep working this way. 9 of... and 10 of 10. Perfect.
No loitering, whatever that means. Do not get on Gallywix's bad side.
Okay. Now we go back and turn it in. This has been fun. I mean, so far it's just normal quests. Like, I don't really feel that we've done anything, like, outstandingly inventive or unique. Ideally, I mean, I'm sure this is explaining all kinds of lore for people that need lore to go to the new expansion. I just want new content, so... I mean, it's fair enough. There's supposed to be a round of, like, catch-up here at the end of this.
You got me some azurite? That's the good stuff. Let me just... hold on a second, will you?
Yeah, off we go.
Smash it in real good.
Now we're in our little helicopter again.
Copper chips.
And now we gotta ride the goblin glider there. Giving the founders of the game a good move. Yeah. It's nice to give those people cosmetics, especially exclusive cosmetics. And if people don't like that, then get over it. Be a founder for more games. Like, it's great. It's awesome. Okay. Oof. That tree of life is hurling big rocks at me. What do I have to kill? 25 awakened. So 20 of the forces, and then 5 of these big trees. Okay, so there's my 20. So now I just need to kill these. Oh, that blew up before it got to him. Okay, one more big tree. Alright, that's done. Now it'll fly me back. My god, what am I shooting? I'm shooting these rockets out of this little gyrocopter that have azurite in them. And I'm shooting it at the awakened ancients that are defending Darknassus, because Darknassus is trying to control the azurite to protect the realm, and we're instead going to fight them to protect the realm, because at this point we've decided they can't be trusted, and they've decided we can't be trusted. What do you want? Where are you going? What are you doing? Oh, you're gone. That was so weird. It's like they had like a GM or something that was bad at skeletal mounts, like, ride that there, and then they just kept that as a recording. Ever play WildStar? I did not. It looked fun. Looked fun. It didn't have a Mac client. I mean, it was the original WoW team.
I have no time for games. Wild Bend River is locked in a
Why can't Final Fantasy have rocket shooting mounts? That's for a quest. So they have plenty of mounted quest things.
I will continue leading our soldiers
Alright.
through the wall while we await word from Sarpa.
Oh god, what is all this?
In the meantime, we will do all that we can to keep the Kaldori under pressure. We shall not afford them the luxury of a peaceful
So now I have to come fight these things
is war.
whenever I want? I don't understand. So this stuff just gives waking essence. That gives a pole arm. That gives a staff.
Azerite emerges amongst
Alright,
the ruins.
so they just want me to hold
We must
Azerite. Can I harvest it without being in combat?
single shard of it.
I don't know. Yes, I just have to go find ones that aren't being guarded. Well, as a druid, this seems easy. I didn't realize WildStar was still going. I mean, it kind of just died. Like, it blew up and everybody was like, oh, it's going to be the hot new thing. It's going to take down all the other MMOs, and then it just didn't. You want to rain rockets on raid bosses? Yeah, so for those quests, they give those guys, like, way too much life to go in there and kill them by themselves, and then they give you bombs on, like, a mount to go kill. So bombing questions. Bombing quests first appeared in Burning Crusade, and the first expansion, so 2.0. And so in the 2.0 series, they added bombing runs, and they've had bombing runs in every expansion since. I love being able to do things in Druid flight form. It just makes quests like this, like, brokenly easy for Druids. Alright, so what happens?
I will
So
have
they
the
give me
Kaldori
that.
added to our reserves.
Are there quests for that? So if I go to quests, I assume that's Battle for Azeroth. Right? Complete 100 world quests? No. I don't know what these are. Like, are they just... Is it just for the sake of it, or do these give me something? I mean, it's giving me a reward, but, like, a quest reward, but...
Seeks to use siege weaponry against us. How
Siege weaponry?
show them what the Horde is capable of.
Okay. How do I kill it? You gonna give me a... Oh, yes. They're gonna let me do it again, so I can do it. I can repeat it. Cool. Okay. Oh, I can actually fly it. Great. Well, this is fun. Unnecessary, but fun. We gotta go look for more of those big trees. It's chaos with all these other people doing it. Because that's why there's, like, so much stuff dying, is that there's other players killing it right now. This is just absolutely chaos. WildStar 2. Alright, there's 4 or 5. That guy's killing it, like, manually. Dude, there's a freaking helicopter. Alright. Don't get me wrong, I've been guilty of that.
We struck a significant
And
blow
done.
to reserves here. Well done.
Are they gonna dismount me? No?
These wisps are little more than insects to be crushed. Snuff out each life
Let me out.
one by one.
Oh, you're gonna take me back to the thing, aren't you? Oh, gross. I gotta fly back up there. Oh, that's such a bummer. Cool. What is he? I just have to touch him? How many do I have to rescue? 5. And I have to slay 10. So we'll slay these ones that everybody's slaying, because that's way faster. Come free these dudes. They're like sapped or whatever they're being called. Entranced, if you will. 4 or 5. Okay. I see like Alliance killing them. I would assume Alliance would be fighting in like a horde type area, killing, I don't know, whatever our thing is. That's an Alliance, right? Oh, that's a Tauren Druid. Oh, they're just from other servers. That's why their names appearing weird. Okay. I was like, I would assume this would be horde only. Killing wisps, you know? And this is probably all phased. And maybe theirs is here and it's defending the attack, you know? Like they're... The areas where I'm picking up the quest, they're flying into those areas and killing stuff. And then if you're on Warzone, I assume you can, like, see them doing it and go take part in it. I haven't really done any of the Warzone play yet. You are in front of me. Oh, it's above me. That's why it's a weird foreground background thing. Alright. Two more of those. My DPS meter's working again, which is great. A ton of my add-ons have been supported in the last couple days. The add-on developers are finally catching up with all the changes. Now that Blizzard's done making changes, I mean, they had a big round of hot fixes. Okay, got new transmog. So now let's head up and do this staff. I don't know if there's any benefit for doing all of these. But we're going to do them just the same. Can I fly into that? Yeah, that's unfortunate. Wildstar 2 would make you all kinds of giddy. I don't know. I would just I would expect it to do as well as Wildstar 1 did. No Destiny 3, just more Wildstar. WoW in space. For free. I don't think Destiny 3 is a good idea. I think they need to just let that die. They need to take that shooting engine and use it for something unrelated. We need to not think about it as Destiny. So that we don't feel burned. The preconceived notions don't do us any favors, right? Like, a Final Fantasy game, that brings back good memories. But, like, you want something that's going to do... You don't want to bring up bad memories. So you want to take that engine and give it to somebody and build something on a fresh foundation. Because it's such good gunplay. Two of 10. Easier to fight this stuff on the boat where I can move than in the water where I can't. I mean, we have to go down here to get the kegs. 4 of 10. Having trouble finding these kegs. There's too many people freeing them. There's one. Three of 10. Preferably want ones that are like aren't horribly well defended either. Oh. Five of 8s. I mean, it's a decently sized quest area. There's just so many people doing this right now. And this isn't even like day 1 expansion. This is just midweek patch. Seven of 8s and one more. Then we could just focus on killing. Eight of 8 and done. Okay, now I gotta kill more. You were hyped for Anthem until you started playing Warframe? I think Anthem has a lot of big shoes to fill. And I'm really excited for it as a game to come out, but I don't know that that means I'll play it. We'll just have to see on launch what it ends up coming with. And how it's received. Don't get me wrong, if you guys are listening over at Anthem and you want to send Work To Game a free copy to try it early, totally down. But before I spend my own hard-earned money, I would rather wait for somebody they do give early access to, or somebody who spends their own money doing it. Alright, new transmog. Hooray! It looks like this. It's fine. Go turn in my Druid quest. So we may not get any dailies done today, but that's okay. Warframe is very confusing. I have a lot to learn. I'm a noob. '14 has learned a lot from other games, including other Square Enix games, but it's also done a lot unique. That both good and bad. So 14's not a bad baseline. If you're ever interested in playing anything else, there's a lot else out there, so you just need to decide, like, what do you like about 14 that you'd like to see again, what is it you'd change, and then go find a game that meets that description. See, this looks awful from above. This was not designed for this, and this was thrown in at Cataclysm when they realized, like, well, crap, we're going to let people fly here. Ugh. Gross. Doesn't help that I have all my settings turned down so that we can keep my frame rate up at 50 like this. It is. Here's a gun, here's a sword. Figure it out. Best of luck. Jumping into that Mount High Jaw. Which, I can use a portal to get here, but, like, we're already so close. Because there's an Emerald Dreamway portal that takes you right here. But I just happened to be in the area for another quest. It does feel kind of like Destiny, in that it's a shooter MMO, and like there's some things in common there. And like the way you move through the air is really complex, but once you master it, it feels really good, and you feel fast. Right there is where we're headed. That lovely little tree. Oh, right here. Hello.
You scratch my back, I'll claw yours. Keep your eyes on. Come on, our Druid. My people need our help. Check out these claws.
I have to kill her? Yes, I do. Oh. Maybe don't stand in that, huh? That looks nasty. Ah, there's a rock in the way. This should kill plenty. Yep. Drop that AoE on the big pole. Alright, I killed everything. Now what?
This was only a distraction. Where's the
This was
main attack?
only a distraction. Yes.
She'll know.
I need to ask Aviana. Well, I don't know. Where's Aviana? Is she upstairs? No? Downstairs? Outside? Inside? Just saying, there's a lot I need to... I don't just need to know where the attack is. I need to know where the person you want me to talk to is. Oh, she might be up. Okay. That checks out. In the tree? Says she's down. Down how far? Oh, there's not a window here. Of course. Why would there be a window here? How do I get to her? I am so lost. And why are those windows all closed? Ah, I found you. Oh, you're a bowl. I have to talk to a bowl?
Not sure if this'll work, but I might as well give it a shot. Stand back.
Okay. I'm standing back. I'm ready.
Aviana,
I'll even stealth.
your children need you.
You've
Slaughtered at the hands of the Legion.
been getting into For Honor lately? That's another one I haven't played.
Think my brothers and sisters died to a distraction? I won't stand for it.
Come on.
Aviana, your birds bring news from all over Azeroth. Please, help us find the demon's target. We must avenge our fallen kin. Aviana!
Speak, mortal.
Alright. Nope. In Moonglade. Well, what's the fastest way to Moonglade? I used to have a teleport there. Do I just have to fly there now? Where is... Meet in Moonglade. My eyes! Take my hatchling with me. Yes. Barrows of Moonglade. Like the one up north? Is there a flight path here? Yes. Can I Moonglade it up? Winter, spring, Moonglade. Perfect. Oh, man. Meet Thistly in Moonglade. Alright, cool. I think that's it. I think I'll do this quest and then think I could go try to squeeze in my Valhar dailies with my last couple minutes. So we'll go turn this in. Might have been faster to fly because I think it's going to try to connect me, but I want to hands-free for a bit. Your teeth hurt so much? Why do your teeth hurt? What is this mount doing? I mean, I'm used to him being a little slow, but this is getting ridiculous. What is it? Alt-I? No. Alt-Z? Alt-Z. We'll enjoy cinematic mode and turn off the frame rate. If we're gonna just stare. I think I can even zoom in. Flying over, what is this, winter, spring? Oh no, your braces were tightened. Yeah, she popped out of a bowl, Corey. Crazy. You're not cool if you don't have a tusk on one side. Like those trolls in this game. Big, like out here. Like enough that it catches on doors and stuff. Alright, looks like we're here. The beautiful and scenic Moonglade. I remember how outstanding this was back when it first came out. 2004. This is like when I played my first. I played a Night Elf and then we switched to Horde. And then I went back to Night Elf for Burning Crusade. Alright. This is Moonglade. Meet Thistlecrow in Moonglade, yeah. I'm here. I don't know why you're not giving me like a quest thing. There's a quest in here, but that's for Moonglade. Like I don't know. I guess let's just go back and may just be time to call it a day. Then you're a goblin shaman. I went from Druid to Druid. Yeah, doesn't really tell me much. All right, go back to Dalaran. Doesn't seem to. I don't understand what it's asking me. I can look it up. It's not urgent. It's just something that needs to get done eventually. What I wanted to get done today was that stuff that we did. That was the new quest line. And in theory, all that gear it gave me, like this, that's catch-up gear. So that like 195 gear. If you don't have 200 in all your slots, that's your chance. I already outgear that. All right. Well, perfect. Well, that's a nice clean spot. Let me come down here and see if Underbelly is peaceful or not. There's no guards at the moment, so I have no interest in that. I was just going to go down and pick up a few chests or something. So, I think that's a good spot to call it. I finished all the Tuesday patch stuff, all the little new storyline, kind of building us up for the expansion. Kind of fun. And I did my mandatory dailies for the day, the stuff that I'm really trying to do every single day. And I think that's a good place to be done for the day. So, Thank you guys for everybody that hung out. Welcome to the new folks. And I don't know if I'll be back today since I have my back stuff, the rehab for the car wreck. So I'm gonna go take care of that this afternoon. And so I think I'll probably most likely be back tomorrow, and tomorrow bright and early. So I'll be back Final Fantasy in the morning and WoW sometime after 10 a.m. That is the plan of record. So thank you guys for hanging out, and I'll see you guys next time.